working? Oh. Not quite. Oh, there we go. I think it's working. I think it's working. Yep, I think it's on. I'm going to test the... Oh, cool. I'm going to test the stream here. Make sure I'm not losing any, dropping any bits. Nope, no frames being dropped. Good. Now, first things first. We're going to mess with this command. As we get everything warmed up. I'm feeling sick. Hello, Michael. The stream quality looks awfully poor. Hold on, let me test this. I'm not sure if that's just the way I'm seeing it. Hold on, let me test this. And let me go to 1080p. Oh no, okay, it looks better. It's definitely a little blocky next to the grass. Yeah, it is, but that's okay. I'm gonna worry about that later. As long as you can read the text. Yeah, it looks really bad on the grass, doesn't it? Yikes. Looking okay? Alright, well, we'll just leave it as it is. Alright, first thing to test is how does this new fancy command work? Add force. Hey, alright. Actually works for people now. Alright, pretty neat. It's unfortunate that forces the player into unconscious state, but that's okay. So anyway, we are here to take a look at... Yeah, but yeah. It's okay, we aren't going to be moving around too much. Yeah. So we're here to look at some of those new AI commands that got added, which I am really excited about. The set combat behavior. This will give me a lot more fine-tuned control over the AI, so I can actually do some things I wanted to do for many, many years, which I could do before, way back, like probably like, what, 4 years ago, but then Bohemia broke it. And then with this command, they may have at least given me a workaround around it. So if you're wondering what I'm complaining about, let me give you an example. So about 4 or 5 years ago, say, pretend this is an AI here, okay? You would be able to tell an AI while they're in combat mode. We'll put a big red C for combat mode. So while they're actively fighting, as a scripter, I could tell them to go to, say, boop, 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 boop. There's some cover here. I could tell them to move to that cover with something called the do move command. Alright? And so, look at that, right there. That used to work great about 4 or 5 years ago, and then Bohemia decided, you know what, we want to improve the AI, which is good. They did do that, but they're like, we're going to go ahead and make it so this command doesn't do shit when they are in combat mode. And so now what happens with that, I can tell I want them to move here. The AI will instead do stuff like this. Okay, and then they'll finally reach the point. And then, don't forget, at each of these yellow dots here, they're going to stop and wait probably, 10 seconds. Like that. So that's what they do now. And so this current workaround, and what that can result in is, instead of, like, say, I want to have a bunch of AI who are lined up in formation or on a line, engaging in this direction, what can happen is in combat mode, the AI can be all over the fucking place. Just all over. And then usually you have a team leader who's like way over here for some reason. And so it's very disorganized. And so I'd rather have the squads stick together in a smaller radius. So that's what I would like to try to do. Do it. Terrace. So this is just for that. And this is just for me learning too, and adding features in like AI actually stacking up on buildings and stuff. It gives you a lot more control. So we're going to try that today. I am sick, so we're going to see how well this goes. But I haven't touched this in a while. And I haven't really touched a lot of AI stuff because I got really upset about them ruining everything for years. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So right now when they're in combat movement, I think I need to enable some debug modes here too. Oh, I'm not running CBA, I don't think. Nope, I'm not. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I need to enable debug. Let's enable debug mode. And let me just see where the AI are at right now. I want to make it so I am, set captive true. I think we need that music again. Yeah. That's exactly what happened, Michael. They would run around like a bunch of idiots. Alright. So debug mode on, right? Well, I thought I had more debug than that. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. I thought I added more debug code. Let me see. So here we are. I did. Okay. So here they're getting told to move to a position, that direction. Oh, they're engaging. Okay, here we go. Let's watch what they do. Sometimes it's okay. Don't get me wrong. And sometimes it's awful. So these green arrows is where they're getting told to move to. Currently. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it just don't work very well at all. And this current code I have right here is very inefficient getting them to move. You can tell I keep telling them over and over again to move. See this little stuttering bullshit? So these guys actually were able to kind of get in there, but they didn't stop. They're still moving. When they get set, they should be stopping. Okay. Pretty sure I added another debug mode where you can see the path they're supposed to be taking. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not using an old version first. Nope, it's in here. Okay. That's movement. Let me look for my... I'm gonna have to get reaccustomed to this package again. Alright. Oh, right there, config functions. Where'd I put that? Move predict. Static check is driver. Let's take a look at how do I get them. The chicken needs the force moved. Let's just do a search for this. Oops. I just want to make sure I have the most up-to-date version before I start tinkering with it. Looks like I do internal setting name. behavior. So I do use that in the transport orders. Attack orders and flank orders. Well, that's advanced move A. That's different. That is way different. Hold on. This is an old version, isn't it? Oh, shit. Alright, let me get the most up-to-date version here. 1 second. This happens when I reinstall my computer. I have it installed on a dev build. Go to I hope that's up to date. Yep, up to date. Yeah, I'll have to double check. I thought that was the latest version. But little did I know it was not. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and clear this out. Just really want to quadruple check this is what I have. That's right. I put the dev version up there on GitHub. Perfect. Let's go open that up. You're going to go back to here just to be safe. It's old. Oh, I should probably unload this, huh? Unload that. Back out so ArmA doesn't freak out. Try that again. Oh. Really? Come on, ArmA, let go of it. Oh, ArmA, you're so good. Oh, wait. This is me being dumb. No. If open, let's close everything and make sure. Sometimes ArmA doesn't let go of things. Did it let go now? Ah, it did. If you have CBA settings for radio protocol, then you get the diversion. That's right. I need to enable CBA settings again. Okay, let's let that load in the background. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, there it is. Okay, this looks like it. Yeah, we get the static weapons. Perfect. Okay. This looks like it. Let's close all this. Make sure we have everything up to date. Let's get this to be into full screen windowed. And we are going to load up Vcom test. Perfect. Okay. So what we need to do is take a look at their movement. And first, let's take a look at this force move. Let's open up the squad behavior. So, alright, here's the AI brain. And then they have a whole list of things that they'll do. One of them I just want to check in first is this combat movement. So whenever they're moving towards the waypoint, they should always be moving towards the waypoint. And they should move together coherently as a team. And so every time they do that, this spawns a force move command. And the way it works is, looks like they'll try to detect cover, they look for nearby cover, and then it does a search for cover. Yep, for cover objects. If there's something for cover. And I try all these CLS disable AI commands here, which I'm going to try to improve that. And then we got to get rid of this command here. That's not supposed to be there. Yeah, that got left in. Oops. What's the AI? Auto pick. Okay. So what I'm going to do to make this just to see if how the command behaves is I'm just going to replace some of this basic code with this command instead and just keep it very simple. Live content. Well, thank you, Sergeant. Would it be possible to program AI to pick up a new primary weapon if they can't find any ammo for the one they are currently using? Probably. That would be kind of cool. But first, we got to do the movement here. Okay. So what I'm going to try here is just to see how, before I get too complicated with it, just to see how it behaves. I'm going to keep it really simple. And so what I'm doing is I can probably really simplify a lot of this stuff. So let's try... So I'm just kind of looking at some of this, yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go through here and add this command in. What we're going to do to trick the AI is put them into safe mode, tell them to move, and then we're going to put them back into combat mode once they reach the point. Now it's going to get more complicated. Right now I just want to see if it works the way I saw it work before. And so we're going to worry about that later. So this, if there's nearby cover, if there's no nearby cover, so this is what this section right here, if there's no nearby cover for the squad, there's a random number of them right now will just suppress, and other ones will try to move to get somewhere. Right? And so if they can see an enemy, if they can see me, they check visible, do watch, do suppressive fire. Okay. We're going to kick them back into combat mode here. This looks like this just stops them. Makes them go back on their normal movement. Okay, this, we'll have to worry about this in a second. But that'll make them, that unit get into combat mode. And we're going to try to remove all this enable AI, disable AI stuff. Okay. Thanks for the soup. Alright. So let's see. Okay, anyways, they find hard cover. Had to get some music started there. Hey, right there. Get well soon, sausage. Alright. They find cover, and then where do I tell them to move? And then, yeah, here we are. So this is the mess. So disable AI. We tell them not to watch anything. Then I tell them to stop moving. Force their speed, then I tell them to move. Do move. I even do a move too. We're just do a straight up do move command. Just really trying to simplify this as much as I can. Okay. Put a bookmark there. Then we're going to come back to it because we're going to have to add some more code to that. And we're going to come back here. Here's another one where it looks like just find some cover. There's buildings nearby. Blah 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 blah. We're going to go ahead and set them to safe. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And again here, bookmark that spot, bookmark that spot. Get rid of that. This will put them into combat mode, which makes sense. And then bookmark. Oh, that one doesn't need to be bookmarked. All right. Do. Alright, so this sets the combat mode, which this is a whole workaround thing that I had to develop. I don't think I need this anymore, as the hope. This pulls our current waypoint, we're position. Let's reach move array, so it creates this move array. Okay. Can't move away. Center. All right. Yep. This is it right here. Okay. So this will have them re-enter combat mode again. This is just going to be some very, very basic changes just to see how it works. Alright, so we got that. Is there one more? There's one more we got to do. Jeezums. Alright. I just need to resimplify this. Right, X for speed. So we're going to... There's going to be a lot of like issues with this, but again, I just really, really want to see how this handles before I get anything complicated. Make sure it works, right? Okay. Let's see how this works. Okay, let's go ahead and go back. Let's make sure I am, yeah, this set captive true, this allow damage false. Let's go just see how the movement looks with that simple change. See how long I can go before I feel too sick. Alright, before we start, we have to do a new tradition of flinging the player around. Yes. There we go. Perfect. So let's go to our favorite town. Well, let's put them... Yeah, because houses are different, you know, kind of differently, but well, yeah, let's do it. Urban environments are handled differently, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and put these guys in combat mode. And I just kind of want to see... Hold on. Let me enable debug mode first. Okay, so can I see them from here? Kinda. Let's see what they decide to do. Looking to fire. So two of them are getting told to move up there. Moving to position A, moving. So these two are essentially they're covering, more or less, while these two are moving. This guy apparently is not happy with where he's at. He wants to be in between the roads. Okay, so this is set and he's still moving. That's a huge problem. Yeah. I might have to kind of rewrite this code entirely. I think I'm going to do that just to make it easier, because there's a lot of things, workarounds I did. So I mean, they're sticking together better even with those small changes, so it is working. I just don't like how they're moving, so that's a small nitpick. But a lot of them are... He's moving, he's looking to fire. These two, should they be moving or are they bugged? Yeah, so I think I need to rewrite this because there's some things going on. Let's just rewrite it. We all like to rewrite. We knew what it was going to come to. We all knew it was going to be me rewriting it from scratch, which makes me sad. But we get to reuse a lot of the commands we already have, and so that should hopefully make this much easier of a process. So let's go ahead and old 2. Oh wait, gotta close it down. Alright. Cancel. Where is that still open? Why can't you rename that? Oh, it's because this is still in use. Old 2. Thank you. So we are going to rewrite their movement altogether. We're going to use a lot of this still, but well, I want to rewrite it from scratch, so I'm not, you know, tempted to, you know, keep it too easy. So we're going to keep it simple first. We're going to, yes, Sergeant Camacho says new ArmA patch has been released. It has been released much earlier than I expected. So what we do here first is we pass the squad leader to the parameters, and then it looks up nearby cover. And so let me remind myself how the cover detect works. Oops, cover control, cover detect. So cover detect looks around the leader within a certain size. Which I should probably make that so we can pass that through. Look at that size. Search size. Anyway, and then it looks around them for current waypoint, Oh, okay. So it finds the current waypoint, and then, okay, so what this does is, that's right. I forgot I did this. So you have a squad, and then they have a waypoint going this way. What this function will do is it goes about, like, you know, maybe X amount of space up, finds cover at that spot, try to push them, make them move up around that location roughly. If they don't have one, then it tries to find one that gives them cover from the nearest enemy. Yep. Okay. And then it returns return array. Cover objects and the waypoint pods. Okay, so it returns all the cover objects, which are nearest terrain objects. And I should make this include just normal objects as well. That would make sense. We're going to worry about that secondly. That makes sense. They have this new command I was really curious about, which I don't know what it meant. And it's called ability to configure outside terrain generation. They don't offer any explanation of what that means. And I did a quick Google search and didn't find any information on it. So if anyone knows what ability to configure outside terrain generation means, I would love to know, because that sounds very interesting. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to keep this simple first. We'll come back to this. So we're going to look for nearby cover. And I'm going to load in just we're going to make a work in progress kind of thing here. Do, 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 do. This is going to be my squad, my dummy squad for testing some of these commands. And we're going to do this is going to be test squad equals group cursor object. Execute that, and that makes it so I can use them for testing purposes. So we are literally going to be developing this on the fly, so we can see the changes as we go. Let's take this, put that there. We'll get rid of this. And we'll just do this. Param squad lead. Let's do squad lead equals. Whoops. Leader of that. Okay. So I want to see just what this returns here. I want to make sure everything's working before I start building off of it. Okay, so I'm going to just tell them to move over here to give them a waypoint, and then I'm going to execute this command. And you can see that it's pulling up some cover objects, but not a lot. Looks like it gives a position, then it gives the object, so okay. Let's do the count. Three. Yeah, there's not a lot of cover here, huh? Let's put them down here. Then we'll go this way. How much do we get now? 3. This tree should count. It's 3. What does this return? Let me just double check. So it returns. So it's just 3. Ah. I guess it returns the center unit and cover object. So we need to do select 2 on it. Okay. I was doing it wrong. Ah, good thing we checked. So we want to do that. Still returning 3 though. I think I messed that up. Oh, we need one. Man, I'm so good at this. Man. There we are. Yeah, it sounds for trying like 20 plus objects here. 20 trees, 18, 19, 18, 15, 14. That's better. Maybe just make sure that like vehicles and shit don't count. So let's 0 covers up here. Let's add some transport vehicles or something. Yeah, I do want to add objects. You gonna do you gonna do DW do? Did you have any previous experience with coding before modding ArmA? No, did not. I did some small things here and there, but ArmA was the one I really took seriously. And by seriously, I mean as a hobby. I am a therapist. I am not a coder. You're gonna bloody phone. You're gonna redo, debug, or keep it simple. Guess it depends by what you mean by redo. Let's add in there vehicles being detected as cover and objects like that. Hello, Anthony. Good to see you. A very ominous hello. Hello, period. Sounds like you're about to start an email. Like, hello, I hope this message finds you well. And there's objects. And then we're going to do search size, going to be position, type, radius, and 2D mode is going to be true. Make that a little bit faster. And then for cover objects, we're going to go for each cover act objects, we're going to, going to push back each of these. So now vehicles should be included. Let me go ahead and recompile this function. Boop. Cover detect. Cover detect. But it's not picking up those vehicles. Oh, it might have been actually. Let me put them back further. Ah, come back. Let's do... We'll just do that. Get more direct info from it. But error message. Oh. Yeah, okay, it is picking up objects. Yep, it is picking them up. Okay, good. If I add a bunch of them. Yep, it's 5. It is working. Okay, perfect. So we improved that, so they will consider certain objects as cover. Good, so there we go. Nearby cover array. And then we're going to go with params. What's this return? This returns position of the center unit, the cover objects, and the waypoint position. Okay. This is going to be center unit pause, and be cover objects. This is going to be waypoint pause. Okay, oops, keep trying to save it. Yes, has to do with job application LinkedIn. That's right, Anthony. Entry level is currently very competitive. Let's just say, yeah, I can see that. Good to see you keeping the mod fresh. Improvement mods aren't very common. In fact, there's a lot of them, Daniel. I guess not a lot of them that stay up to date, maybe? Well, I honestly don't keep my pulse on the community as much as I wanted to. Any new breakthroughs with modding? The new commands they added is what I'm really messing with today. And that's what we're trying to do before I pass out sick. And so I'm just trying to see if I can get them to... Essentially what we're going to do is see if I can get them to use cover, moving up to a certain waypoint. We're going to see how that goes. So... what we have so far, we know the squad we're working with, we can have it detect the cover. Now we need to make the AI look for it. So, when they get into combat, the way it used to work, and I think that's what we need to kind of do with the AI, I'm going to simulate it in the script, is when they get in combat, I actually need the AI to freeze, essentially. And then I order them around after that. So first thing AI should do is, when they start getting shot at, I want them to return fire, and then move, if that makes sense. And so you want to suppress and then move. So if you're in an open field, right, I would assume so. I guess it depends on the situation, but I would assume you'd want to fire and then move as quickly as you can. So I can get very tricky with ArmA, but right now what we're going to do is just make it so they move to cover. And so we are going to go private squad equals test squad. And eventually we can get more complex. So if there's no cover, I want them to bound. If there is cover, I want them to run for it. Suggestion: when a unit is under fire, maybe it can lower their precision skill or encourage to simulate them getting suppressed, makes them dumb and less accurate when returning fire. They actually do get suppressed already by the engine itself. But now there's actually a new, they always brought that up, there's a new command that allows you to, a new event handler for suppression that I might try on the AI to make it more control over it. I've always found that pathfinding in open terrain has always been done poorly. Yes, it's not that great. It's not that great. So this is going to be perfect, but what I'm thinking is when there's no cover, I want them to bound, and then when there is cover, I want them to run to the cover instead of bounding necessarily. Yeah, there's a new event handler for suppression I actually want to mess with, because that might help a lot. Because then I can actually execute my own code, so you can tell they're getting suppressed, which would be really cool. Or they actually just get down on the ground or something, and their suppression goes to shit. I would figure you would only want AI to move until they find superior cover. Once they do, they should never move from it unless they know they're outnumbered or something. Yeah. Yeah, so it should be, once they find cover, and then I want the AI, if it's realistic or not, to always be putting pressure on the player. And so yeah, if there's good cover, they probably will stick there mostly, but they want them to always be putting pressure on the player and working together better. But yeah, I need to add more complexity to it, definitely, as we go on. But let's go ahead and do this. If we're going to do, if the number of cover is greater than... let's do the number of units in the squad or something. I'm trying to think how that would work. Let's play with it a little bit. Let's make it a little bit less. So let's do, so let's do private units equals units squad count units. Okay. If the number of cover is greater than the number of units divided by 2, then we're gonna look for cover. So we're gonna do that. System chat, look for cover, because if there's like, I'm thinking if there's like one tree, having them all stack up on a tree is gonna be stupid. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, having some randomness to it, I think, would be good. That's one thing that I think a lot of AI, some of the AI stuff I saw doesn't have randomness to it, which I know is give or take. It's mostly opinion. But I need AI squads that are random. So if you put them in the same situation, maybe one time they don't even go up north here. Maybe they go down here in the valley, or they go down this way, or they go up that way, or they just fall back to this hill. Like, I want AI squads that are more random to create more interesting scenarios for players to interact with. So you can play the same mission over and over again, and you won't necessarily learn everything about them. Or at least be presented with more options. Armor 3 modding. Armor 3 modding is fun when Behemoth keeps working on it, so that's pretty cool. Alright. So what we're going to do is... let's go to this one. Look at this. Let's see, force move. This is not an enemy. I want the closest cover, so we need to find the closest command here that I have. There it is. Okay, man, this is going to take some special... I can already see some problems coming up in my head, so let us address this. So we are going to... we have each of the cover objects. What we're going to do... new cover array... just keep doing that. So I'm thinking what needs to happen is, instead of them just finding the closest cover, because they're all going to pile up here, there's going to be, say, vehicles like this. And they're all going to be relatively close enough, right? And so, I don't want them all to stack up on, like, say, one Vic. I want them to spread out. So they're going to check this one. If there's already one person designated to go there, then they're going to pick the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and so forth. I'm just trying to think how that's going to work, but yeah, I think I have an idea of how we're going to do that, and I want to do it the most efficient way possible. So what we're going to do, simply, I wanted to get really fancy with it, but being simple is usually the best answer, right? So then we're going to tell the AI, find closest cover. I've liked the randomness too. I've played the same mission and always have something surprising me for those dynamic missions to make it real fun. Suggestion 2. Times 2 types of fleeing groups. A tactical retreat where they bound and move away from a threat. Be careless, bloody run. That would be cool. I would love to do that. Like if their morale, implementing a morale system would be really cool. Sharma said way better suppression mechanic. I find that getting shot at is not a big deal unless you're directly hit. Yes. That's a big issue I have with ArmA. So I think this is something I've talked with a few people before. I think even Tyler and I have talked about this, is where a lot of people are like, I am getting instantly headshot. Or I'm getting, I don't even know. So I've been playing games, I'd watch people get hit in the leg and the arm. They didn't even notice. They had no clue they got shot twice. And then they get shot in the head, and they're like, what? And so ArmA doesn't give a lot of feedback for being hit. Yes. Yeah. Or that you're getting suppressed. There's bullet whizzing, but there's not a lot of feedback of the bullets are whizzing around your head. You don't hear the snap like you should. And even if it's gamey, it's It just needs to, I think that's something ArmA needs to really improve upon. I like suppression scripts because I think they're needed. Alright. Closest cover equals. And so I think that's more of an issue with ArmA as a whole, where it needs better feedback to the players. Because I think that also helps with the immersion as well, even during the slow times. Alright, object. I think I want true. Alright. So we're just going to test this first to see, does it make them move? Do if count cover objects less than 1. Then we want to make cover objects equals the old array. And then we want to cover objects. Now, I would love to use the delete at command, but this messes with any other arrays with what I'm doing. So we're going to do cover objects equals cover objects minus closest cover. We shouldn't do it this way. But, you know. I'm going to do x do move. Oh. Hold on. There's an old code that I had. I would find the bounding boxes. What if I still have that code that find the bounding boxes of things? Or did I delete that? Because that was years ago. You'd be surprised. Alright, hold on here. Yep, here we are. Box nears. Yeah, box nearest. This is what we needed. We're gonna bring that back. We're gonna bring this bad boy back into service. Entity and unit. Okay. Oh, this even has an old. Look at this. This is old. Wow, this really is like 5 years old. Jeebers. Is this still defined even? I might need to restart. Alright, let's see if we're gonna have to see how it goes for sure. Oh, it's still defined. Well, that's great. I left it defined for all these years. Good, very efficient. Okay. So what this does is find a good position for them to move to near an object. And so when I'm in here, what I can do is this, go back to this, and then we can do nearest pause. I think we want to pass the closest cover along with the unit, because it's return the closest pause. Yep. And we're just going to test this. And this is very basic, but we're just going to see what errors we get here. Oop. Okay. It is kind of land vehicle. Oops. What'd I do wrong here? So we did entity. Oh, whoops. Oh no. I passed. What did I pass through here? What's going on? Close this cover. Alright. Ah! Suppress mod is pretty cool. The safe, once you see them look like they're relaxed patrolling. So there is a trick you can do where you set them to safe and then put them back into combat mode instantly. You give them the movement order and then you put them back into combat mode. And then they go back to their animations. And they also move, like for example. Actually, what I could probably even do is put them to careless. Make sure nothing is interacting with it. Give them the do move command and then put them back into combat. Let's try with just one person right now, so I can minimize the errors. Yeah, okay. I wonder if aware would even be better. I can't edit that in here. This Zeus is always so messed up. And then for debugging, what we're going to do is going to here. Yep, right here. And once he gets there, he's not going to pause. He's going to keep walking. It's kind of weird that they're moving so slow. Let's go and delete him. And we are going to get a new guy. Hello, friend. You are going to be... You're going to be the new squad. Check. Stress mode is pretty cool. Let's check. Oh, for the one with the actual cover stuff. Yes. Yeah, I have it still, fortunately. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Yeah, never mind. You got it. Yeah. And then. And this is going to be a very just simple execution. This has got to be just more or less of proof of concept. My brain is definitely slowing down. Get pause, 2D. Distance 2D, duh. Distance 2D, nearest pause. Less than, we'll say 2. Let's say 1, and then we'll do unit force speed -1. Oh, force speed up there. Ah, it's turned green. Force speed 0 there. So I'm gonna get to that into cover and then stop. So have him go in there. Execute it. So you can tell he's gonna try to get right here around this bush. And I put him into careless mode and then put him into aware. Yeah. And so he's moving. Perfect. So do it again. Oh, did I mess this up? Oh, I did. Whoops. This needs to be right in here. How about now, my friend? There you go. And it's getting close enough, so I'm gonna have to have a scaling cover system where the further out they are, the more they move up, the closer they get. And you can see it's based on just the waypoint, which should give, yep, mod makers and stuff a lot more control over them. Perfect. Let's go ahead and try out the bigger group and see if we can break it. Let's try with 4. Let me come back in here. You can put this into your mods. I thought they already do somewhat. I think they do somewhat. I'm not sure what you mean by that. This is going to be, so if you're talking about for the vanilla stuff, it's going to be a lot more fine-tuned controlled. So the squads just stick together a lot better. And it'll be a lot more cohesive as a unit. If you're talking about just Vcom itself, it does implement it, but it can't override the default behavior of vanilla being an asshole essentially. So this should help a lot with that. Okay, so let's try a new group here. So each of them got different spots to move to. And I'm thinking they go too far. So that's something I don't like. It is cover detect. The cover detect takes its current waypoint position, and then it is a linear conversion of the distance. I think it's just too much. So the minimum is 10, maximum is 1,000. I think we should reduce this. Well, no. Closest distance. Oh, it's because there's no known enemy. Is that why? So that's right, there's no known enemy, they bound as far as they can. That's right. So then they all kind of stop, and they wait, and then of course adding things like them to crouch or get and cover, those types of things. This guy looks like he didn't go where he was supposed to go. So we're going to keep an eye on that. He's a team leader, I think. No, he's an auto rifleman. I'm executing the code, not getting anything. Oh, that's because I'm executing the wrong code. That would explain a lot. Yeah, and I set the bounding. So it wants them to be bounding, so because it found system chat format. Adding lots of debug code. There's lots of cover. But I think it's also because they want to move up further because there's no AI. So what we're going to do is going to cover detect. Yeah, 2-2. Yeah, it's going to appear and start detecting only like 2 of the vehicles or something. But if we put down an enemy, let's say an unarmed individual, don't see him, put him over there, then tell him to move. Yep. And since there's an enemy closer, then they move much differently. Oh! Here's the error message again. Let's get a picture of it. So if int error generic expression, so it must be passing a nothing. So let's see if we can do a system chat format. We're going to do type of int type. And let's see what happens. And then there they go. Much more cohesive as a group, which I'm really appreciating that. They're kind of walking slow, aren't they? It's like when they're not in combat, they go slow. Hide, little dude. Don't move. Oh, you moved. Oh, you did. So this weird slow movement is definitely something that has to be addressed. But the good thing is they're still moving to where they were supposed to go. Just really fucking slowly. Why? What happens if we just make them... This is the careless one. So I can tell them to retreat as a Zeus. And, oh, okay. It was that. Oh, did they kill him? Oh, he's dead. He's just suppressing. Yeah, get him. Yeah, so sometimes the end type comes up nil here, so nothing. And so that's, yeah. I think we need to do one more test with this. Compile. Oh, missed some chat here. Doing it in a city, there are too many objects here. Yes, so doing it in a city is going to be interesting. I think they're going to be going from building to building a lot more. And they'll definitely be split up, but they're going to be using a lot of the buildings a lot more to move to get closer to their objective. Kind of like garrisoning, leaving, yeah. How they behave in long distance to sniping. As much as I've played, they kind of not really sure what to do. Some of the times there would be 1 or 2 guys run an entire kilometer to shoot her. Yeah, so this will help address some of that, where the group is going to be a lot more, whatever they decide to do, if they want to approach the sniper or flank or run away, that they're going to be a lot more cohesive as a group. And so if they're approaching the town, or they're in a town approaching a sniper, they should at least behave like it. And so I'm kind of getting this weird issue because they need like a nearby enemy for them to not move super far. That's getting better. But let me test this one more time. So I need int type. Okay. I think is that what I'm looking for here? It's kind of slow walking. It's almost, yeah, they're in aware mode. Normal speed. I don't know why they're walking so slow. Does, let's try this. Oops, is force speed -1 not reset to default? Let me, try that. Yeah, look at that. They just go right back to it once they get put back into aware. So I change it to safe. Oh no, they even do it in safe. Int type. I wonder what was getting caught as an error message. Why are they going so slow? Keep getting put back into aware mode. This might be some other. Oh, you know, it's probably some other Vcom stuff taking over. Duh. They're running normal Vcom too. That's interesting. Probably should change that. So that's probably interfering. So we have a really good set. So what I'm going to do is take this. We're going to just put it straight up into the force move. And we're going to start with that as a starting point. I didn't have to restart that. Bravo Herman like, hey Harris. Yes, Harris, I want to get this done and then get like a public embed and annex going. Get some people playing. You will have to share object information between units and squad. You can have small array of objects for the whole squad to use, but this can be bad if you have too many squads. Yeah, that's a great point, Anthony. So I do that already. Well, let me read the rest of it. Or some public data structure that organizes objects usable based on coordinates for existing units and not switching for new ones. Yeah, or demand switch. Yeah, so you are right on top of it, man. So what happens is when it's looking for cover, the cover actually gets saved to the group as a whole, and then I think I have to. Oh, this is not fully implemented again. This might be an older version. Anyway, the information gets saved to the group, and then if they haven't moved far from their previous location, and then it won't do the calculation again. Yeah, so if the unit is not far from its previous point, don't bother recalculating. So this saves a lot of space. So if a squad gets pinned down or something, they're not going to be recalculating constantly for new cover because they already know what cover's there. And so for some reason this isn't in there. Oh, I think I took that out for testing purposes, but yeah, that's exactly right. That is exactly right, my friend. So let's try fire teams. So with this basic script in there, let me see how they handle. I need to do. I need to look for set behavior commands and everything. Oops, behavior. Because I want to stop the AI from entering. Yeah, right here. Combat end. Alright. So I have a combat end function here that checks if they are using aware or is equal to safe. I'm just going to kind of mute this right now. Yeah, we're going to mute that. I do have to restart for that, unfortunately. Any other behavior commands? I don't want to. It's okay to check it, but I don't want to. Yeah, here we go. Set waypoint behavior. want to be changing these right now. It should be set by whatever Zeus sets as well, or changes them up. Okay, let's just start one more time. Where are we dropping, boys? I wish. That's right. I should make a battle royale in ArmA, the best you've ever Just kidding. Gag me. Except this time you don't use weapons, you use wildlife. The weapons are the wildlife. You pick up a bunny, you smack someone in the face with it. Pick up a cow, fucking cow cannon. Alright, that shoots vehicles. That's what we need. That's what we need. Then I can charge extra money to allow you to play as the Whammons. That'd be cool. That's... If you have 200 groups, you don't want 200 searches for cover, you only want one, they're all the same area. Ah, yes. Yeah, I like more of a global function for that, would probably not be a bad idea. God, I sure hope you don't have 200 groups in an area, but you're right. That makes sense, having more of like a kind of a global thing that gets saved. Let's start with smaller teams. Let's try one here, and then one down here. Okay, so it's still very basic. Let's go ahead and get this guy. So you see these guys. Hey, do you see that guy right there? Look at him. You see him? There you go. Oh! Errors. Oh. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot. I should probably remove this reference here. Let's make sure that's correct. Oh, that closed on the FSM. Oops. What do I pass through to this? I pass through the leader. Oh, I pass through the leader. Oh, okay. Squad leader. Let's do squad equals group. Squad leader. Okay, let's recompile that function. Force move, recompile. Put them down there, put these two up there, wait for Vcom to kick on. Did you play that ArmA 3 single player battle royale? What? A single player battle royale? And Anthony says, just an idea if it's practically easy to implement. It would be, I think, easy to implement. Definitely. I'm just trying to think of what would be best, and if it's really saving that much data is worth it. But it really depends on how demanding it is. It's called Battle Royale Single Player. How does single player work? Might make friendly units take cover near enemy positions on accident. That's true. Let's just see how that goes. Alright, man, these guys on single player, I don't know what it is. On single player, AI are very dumb. When you put them on a dedicated server, all of a sudden they act much different. You see him yet? There you go, now you see him. Okay, what's gonna happen here? Still got that error message. Let's see, what did I mess up? Oh, damn it. Squad lead. Squad lead call cover detect. Undefined variable expression squad lead. Line 19. Wait, what? Ah. Oh. Oh my god. Really? Okay. Go ahead and recompile that function. Delete, 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 delete. Get out of here. And I want to add some of the old features back too, or of course you can toggle them on and off by having ability to go have them notice dead bodies and things would be nice. Like friendly dead bodies. Okay. Yeah, headless client probably helps. It's really like a battle royale, seriously. What the hell? You and the aim jump from plane and everything. Wow. I used to be able to alt tab and have it work, but I have this no pause command on ArmA, so it doesn't pause in the background. So yeah, I just snipped the messages. I'm gonna have to try that battle royale. I'm not a big fan of battle royale, not because of the gameplay, but because of like what it did to a lot of the gaming stuff. Maybe I'm an old grumpy man. So this is just a test. They generated the arrows. So they both have these orders of what they're going to do, which is perfect where they are. And see, they're still not moving. So I think part of the reason why. Let me take a look at that. Yeah. So the group, that's one thing that I found in the testing, is the group mode overrides everything. And so what you have to do is that squad. Oh, I think it's disable AI auto combat. So we have to go into here. Let's just do a test of it first. Yeah, see, this is the old AI kicking in, being a pain in the ass again. So what we're going to do is do a test of this. So we're going to go disable AI auto combat mode. So they won't enter auto combat on their own. And this should be funny. They should just stay in safe mode the whole time and not shoot at each other, I think. We're going to find out. I just really want to see if that command's working the way it should be working. So we're going to put a squad down here, put a squad up here, and so if this is correct, then they should never, ever, ever enter combat mode. Once they get started, they should stay in safe. Sent much, bro. Listen, vision. That's true, though, man. That's, I got really upset. That's why people always ask. Well, I got upset at Bohemia for one of the same reasons. Okay, let's see what's happening here, though. So they return fire, and then they start moving, which is good. I want them to fire first, and then decide where they want to move. You see they're... Oh, okay. Yeah, you can see they're still firing. And they're in safe mode. Interesting. They're still firing. Now I'm wondering if I have to mess with I'm wondering if I have to mess with their group combat mode still. Like set them all to save. This poor guy. Oh god. You're trying so hard, dude. Never quite fix this error. F is nil. And I'm going to take a guess at this error. This is completely, I guess. Anyway. Okay. So that is interesting. Even on safe mode, they didn't care. Let's try careless. Because I really just need to really understand how it works. box nearest. Lamb's RPG. Nope, that's just default ArmA. Or the AI, I mean. Yeah, default Vcom. I just love firing those launchers at AI if they can. Oh, did I change the commands? So let's make sure that they're on careless now. Let's make sure I recompiled it. So they're on, I disabled their auto compatibility just as a test, and I put them into careless mode now. So they should fire, and then once they get told to move, they should just stop caring. There might be some extra commands I have to add, but when I tested this in the dev branch, it seemed to work a lot more smoothly. So they're going to fire to suppress. They're kind of moving around a little bit, and they get told to move. Now they're in careless mode. Okay. So in safe mode, AI will still fire. Interesting. What? Why did you just jump off that rock? And these two... Interesting. They're getting up in a new position. It's almost like they're fighting it. Interesting. So I'm wondering... if we set my music stopped. Yeah, why'd you stop playing my music? What are you doing? Circuit would have made sense to have it. I think they do have it. Would it be possible to have the AI pick up, drop special weapons, and say like the RPG or machine gunner dies? Oh. Bring back the RimWorld music. RimWorld music is the best. Yeah, having more options with AI would be nice. Being able to tell them, yeah, pick up whatever you can off the ground if they drop it or something. It just gets tricky because I guess if they didn't have like special equipment, or they didn't have, yeah, I guess if they didn't have like say a launcher, and when AI dies, the launcher, the other ones will try to go grab it. That does make sense. But just having an option to disable or enable it. Alright, so I'm just really trying to understand this behavior. So return fire, good. They get told to move. They stop firing. You can see they struggle to actually move. They're in safe mode. That's real interesting. Maybe adjusting it a little bit more where they still telling them not to fire and move might help. Oops. So I'm really trying to get them to move even during combat is the biggest thing I'm trying to deal with. Okay, firing. They're in combat mode. And then they get put into safe mode. This is safe mode, not careless. The safe mode is, you see there's still a lot of fire. It looks like I have to almost make them forget their target. They're moving a little bit more rapidly, which is nice, but they still... I don't mind the shooting and moving. The shooting and moving, but it needs to be a lot more quick. So there's still some work to be left on that end. This is better, but it's not how I want it yet. So... I'm just trying just to modify the simplest things first. Yeah, I think hold fire is going to be probably what we're going to need. Let's try this first, and then telling him to set the combat mode, unit mode, to hold fire. So combining those new commands together is going to be probably the key for sure. Try the simplest first. Yeah, you might have to make them forget their target. You can do that. And so probably a combination. I'm going to try after this the set them to be hold fire. Oh, well they... Yeah, the Alpha Squad is the one moving up. Okay. That's funny to me in safe mode, they would still, you know, fire. I haven't played with these modes in a long time, so... You can already see they're supposed to be here, 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 and here. They are definitely... Oh, there's that error message. Type array expected string object. Ah. It's type array. Okay. Or if it is oops, what am I doing? Yeah, that'll fix that error. Okay. Let's do that for right now. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to combine that command with we're gonna leave this out of it. Then we are going to go to it's called combat mode or something. Yeah, like set combat mode. No. It's a unit combat mode. That's it. So if you combine that with never fire, keep formation. Let's do hold fire. Let's do blue. Just to test it. Okay, same spot. Same spot. However, never fire. Okay, hold fire, they will open up if fire. And that's good to know, Tyler, because what eventually I want to do is if they get shot at during certain circumstances, say like CQB or something, I want them to actually return fire. And so making it more of a complex behavior tree is going to be very, very helpful. For sure. Hold the content to eat while eating on board. You guys are weird for watching someone code. I'm going to put that out there. Bunch of weird people. Okay, so they're being set to never fire, and they're definitely firing. So I wonder if Okay, this has changed since the dev build, how this works. That's definitely visible. They're moving. Kinda. This is definitely changed. I'm using blue, right? Blue is the never fire. Yeah. Your mom is weird, bro. She's in the attitude, not sure. Yeah, I think I might. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe I have to disable the leader from doing it. I'm trying to use as few commands as possible. So if I can find the magic combination, I think you're right. Maybe they are. Let's listen to them. Let's listen to them. Let's have these guys. Yeah, weapons free. Okay. So he set them to weapons free. Okay. So we have to disable the leader's ability to do shit like that. Alrighty. That's unfortunate. Disable AI. They by themselves or squad leaders and yeah. I think there is some bullshittery going on here. I have them disable auto combat so they don't swap into combat mode automatically. Padlock no cover, trick visible. I think probably the auto target does not work for group units. Leader will okay target. Which makes single units with a group def. The unit still goes prone in combat ready if he has gunfire. They will not turn around when gunfire is behind, but if an enemy walks in front of it, it will target the enemy as far as normal. Does not work for grouped units. Leader will assign targets to the units. Okay, let's try target. Trying to find the magic. Yeah, the safe. Let's try going back to aware. There's an aware they will. Let's do safe here. Then do aware there. Actually, no, I'm just trying to get them to move first, completely ignoring the enemies. Let's try one change at a time. Let's mix them up. Move her down here. That leader is a pause by messing your scripts. That dude needs to get the D button smashing his ass. Thomas. Where ArmA 3 use booleans that have a chance to produce the correct result. Yep. Isn't target just to find targets, not to order over decides if they try to engage? So target. That's a good question. I think I need to do auto target as well. So I think the auto target keeps the leader from assigning targets. I mean, weapon aiming too might be a thing. I'm just trying to do as little as possible. Let's try auto target as well, just on the safe side. Okay, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Firing again. Safe mode. Disable auto combat. They still do it. Disable target. That's because we put him back into safe mode here. Oh no. Yeah, no. This is stuff that with ArmA you can see gets really frustrating. Unfortunately, this isn't working like it was working before. Is there another thing that's messing with it? Just want to make sure I don't have something else messing with it. Like the flank move. Yeah, nope, we're just setting the move waypoint. Okay. Whoop. Yeah, they're lining up okay, but that's not exactly how I want that to go. Hey, Sully! Oh man, nice to see you. He's on target just to find targets. Yeah. What I ended up doing to produce the result was do move and do stop. I think a lot of commands. I did that before. I do stop and then do move. I might have to try that. You let disabling target AI to units. Players group will disable the ability to execute engage orders each player. So they should work. Okay. Good to know. Let's give that a try. If this doesn't work, I'll have to do stop. We're just going to keep adding things until we get it to be effective and repeatable most of the time. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to someone about that recently, and they said what you have to do, what they did is they replaced the squad leaders with just, everyone was just a rifleman. And so, because the squad leaders and everything have their own code that they execute. And so, that's not something I'd want to do, but if you wanted to go nuclear, what you could do is essentially every time an AI gets spawned in, it copies their gear, spawns in the unit, deletes the old squad leader, and then bam. And puts them in their spot. But that is a very inefficient method for something that should be really easy to fix. Like, honestly. It sounds like a lot of work. Yeah. Auto riflemen have their own FSMs. Let me just... Let's really... do that. Let's try to forget target as well. Oh, ouch. This is actually not working as well as it did on the dev branch, which is really frustrating. That was also single player. Single player has a lot better results. When I was working on the RTS, I'd heard too many groups would be a problem, but I like to install on their own groups running. Wow, that's a lot. Alright, we're going nuclear with this. Well, not quite nuclear, but definitely trying a shotgun method here. A hot tub cutting stream. An OnlyFans account. I would do an OnlyFans account if it was ArmA themed. Everything had to be a reference to ArmA. Yep. Did you want to see some of the sexy slim performance? Alright, let's see what you idiots do. I will make this work. Hey you, get up and move. Get. Why did you three go there? What the hell is your problem? Alright. Backing up. Oops, I didn't mean to quit the mission, but oh well. You can see how some people get frustrated working with AI because it's like, well, I'm setting them to careless. There's this command that's supposed to be disabling straight up their ability to aim their weapon, but they still are aiming and then they're still firing. I even disabled FSM on them to still do it. I'm even telling them combat mode, don't fire ever. And they still do it. Can you see why people get frustrated when working with AI? It's like, Bohemia, please. The Degen Minecraft mod. Wow, Nico, you get out of here. You can make the do target to nothing, I think, unless for ticket. Forget target's supposed to do that. But I don't know, we could try that. Try executing set behavior safe just on one guy. Yeah, I tried that before, but set combat mode and hold fire for one unit, and the group leader was like, nope, you open fire. Okay. So maybe I need to do... Okay. That gave me an idea, though. Set combat mode. I think what I did... I should go back and watch that video. I think one thing I did is for the entire group, set them to blue. So they wouldn't fire. And then I put certain individuals, allowed them certain individuals to open up. Maybe that was the secret sauce there. So keep in mind what I'm just trying to test right now is can I get the AI to move while they see an enemy team to where I want them to go. I don't want them to care about cover or returning fire at all for this test. I just want them to literally just move. Let's pick... I don't know. Where's a good spot? Sure, this spot works just fine. Let's put them right here. Fire team over here. Interesting. Okay, disabling AI FSM seems to break them. I've had this issue before. So we're going to get rid of that. Just going to put them to safe mode. Save. Save. So they didn't fire, so that's good. Unity editor. I would love to do some of that. Message retracted. Yeah, I think that might be it. There are call you can look for knows about and change it to not see. You talking about the forget about command, Sully? I've added a bunch. Holy crap, where'd they go? Almost. So the leader got there. Hey, they might be doing it. Oh, then he kept moving. See this? What if I have a... I think I have a... Do I have another command somewhere that's adjusting their speed? I do. Where do I execute this command? Oh, and squad behavior. I need to change that. Okay. Well, that's something that's also getting in the way, but that is closer. Is the UE editor the Unity editor? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, we need to get rid of this. For now. That handles the AI speed and all that, but we just need to get rid of it for now. Make sure there's nothing else. Yeah, okay. There we go. Let's try again. Unreal Engine. Ah, yeah, that'd be cool. How do I feel about machine learning? Do you think it's applicable to ArmA Engine? The only way I could see possible, this is a lot more people who know more about this than I do, but you would have to make a DLL file that could access other things. Like, I don't think all in engine wouldn't work. I don't think the engine can handle actual machine learning. Yeah, I think it really depends because there's a lot of variables there. Like, machine learning is great, but it's awful at the same time. Like, having AI learn how to fight on one map may not translate well to another map, and so you'd have to have, yeah, and then usually machine learning needs hundreds and thousands of attempts to be ran, and then in ArmA, how do you do that in a reasonable time? And then on top of what you're seeing, how do I get the AI to execute it, what you want to do? Because without giving modders or scripters fine-tuned control over everything, Bohemia's really gimped people improving their AI. I mean, it takes a lot of work. There's other ways I can make this work. I just really don't want to do them that way. There are ways. I was really hoping this would come through, and I think it still will. Just finding out the little tricks to it right now. Okay, he's set. He's set. Okay, this is an improvement. Your chatbot could be machine learned or whatever for the input. Oh, yeah, that would be interesting. This riveting stream. You guys are weird. Okay, so that's much better. Let's see if they move again. About, yep, there they go. Okay. Now, when it comes to bushes and things, having them be able to get closer to them might be helpful. It seems like there's a huge hitbox on there or something weird. So that might have to be. I'm going to have to adjust that somewhat. Okay, this is much more like how I want it to do. Okay, there's obviously not any firing or anything. This is purely just movement right now. This is closer, not perfect, but closer. Now I'm going to see what they do after this. Let's see, test. So in about 30 seconds, yeah. And so they're not moving too fast because the enemy is actually pretty close, so they are barely moving. But say if I move the enemy further back, not too far. Let's wait 30 seconds again. And this, all this probably needs to be adjusted. Yeah, there we go. That creates a much more cohesive group. That is really great. I don't know what this is being considered. Oh, maybe it's just because that hill right there. I'm not sure why that's being considered cover. What is being considered cover right there? Is there some kind of grass being considered cover anyway? It's almost like there's certain types of grasses that get considered cover. These two are going to stack up on this wall. Oh, I was trying to go inside the wall. Yikes. Yeah. See, that's some of the issues that we need to be really worked on. So it should be right here-ish. This is 2 hours ago. That's alright. Yeah, that's not great, that movement he did. So still like this is pretty complex. I think with buildings and things, I'd have to really work on it. And probably right now it's pretty simple. I'm probably doing a basic check of if it's in line of sight or if it's nearby enough. And yeah. But the goal is that they're still technically here. So let's go ahead and change a little bit now. So we have this. Let's see what we can do. So now they're in safe. We're going to have them be on a safe, give them the order, and then we're going to put them back into aware and see if their movement changes. We need to go ahead and pile that. Tell them to attack. Hey, tell them to attack. And so yeah, much more combat. What they do with AI in the update? Hello. Hey Ted. They just gave me more scripting commands, nothing too crazy. Okay. So I think that is the key. So I think we can actually... I'm even try getting rid of these things here. And we'll set their... Once they get to their position, then I want them to be able to return fire for right now. And of course we're going to change that. But right now, we're going to put them to fire while we keep formation. Let's see if they can keep the formation. So I'm reducing things that I have in here now. See how that helps. Ah, you skipped mine. Oh, will your new Vcom be ready by Saturday? Got a plan to play Liberation weekend with you guys. It would be great to try up to the Vcom. I can... It depends how far I get. I'm sick right now. I should be laying in bed. I might have an uploaded like dev version of it. Messages from weird people. Is Vcom and Zeus compatible with NRA6 HAL evolve? I don't know that, Zuka. Gonna go do a coding challenge related to graphs later. Have fun, Anthony, with that. No, you can ask questions. That's why I'm streaming. I just don't notice that. You know, I'm not a popular, you know, streamer. Wait, hello. What's going on here? How does ArmA do that? If I tell them to attack, there they go. Jeez. Okay. Ooh. That's an error message. I can fix that though. Okay. So that seems to work okay. Again, improving the cover finding. I think he's trying to take cover on this wall. I don't know where he's trying to take cover. But improving the cover finding is probably a very, very needed thing I need to spend more time on. But right now we're just focused on the movement. And these are together. It would make more sense to have them all stacked up. Okay, let's go ahead and do that this way. Let's go put this team here. We're going to put let's see, a squad here. I guess I could just move this squad. And then I'm going to have this squad up here. Fire to alert that squad. That squad's going to get their movement. They're going to try to go up that hill. And they're kind of doing the normal ArmA thing. Okay, then they're getting told to move down there. So they didn't open fire. Now they're allowed to open fire once they get set. Okay, they're not... Oh, they're not visible. How about right there? Okay, there we go. Not the best spots. So they're firing, they're firing, they're firing. They're being told to move now. There they go. Hey, alright. Much better improvement. Much better improvement. Now they're still hitting the dirt like that. I want them to move. Yeah, they're eventually getting there. That's better. I don't mind them firing and moving, but I need them to primarily fucking move. And they are doing that to some extent, so that is much more helpful. This guy's told to go back here. He's not listening. Let's see what happens next. I think when they get suppressed, actually, that's when they stop moving. So I think that's fine. Those are kind of just chilling around this point. What I'm happy to see is see how they're sticking together. That is a huge improvement. Looks like Blue Force trying to push past this. They're really bad at aiming at each other. Can Vcom... so let me read through this. Oh my god, well, I'm not used to people typing in chat here. Square root of ArmA is vanilla AI? Yes, 45. You're popping in our hearts, that's why it's Rudo's here. Of course, Thomas. You make me fanboy so hard for your code. Daniel Phillips. Wow. Bravo. Hola, hello. If you ever feel frustrated or sad while coding, Genesis cheer you up in your pain and depression. I'll join you in that depression. To one where he's playing Battle Royale single player experience. Oh my god. And also in a hot tub. If you want to fund that, you know what? Go for it. This guy's wounded. So one thing I'm noticing in this so far that they aren't really moving more up. Funny find, it's able to become AI skills. They didn't seem as snappy with their shooting. Vcom seems to already have skills. I wonder what the settings is that fixable in the future maybe. You should be able to turn off Vcom AI skills. Can Vcom AI be run server side only? Yes. It can be run on server side. It just means that any client, if it's a mod, won't be running the AI stuff. It's not ideal, but it can be done. Is that Bravo? Bravo needs to go sleep. Go to sleep, Bravo. For the OnlyFans link. I got this, boys. I got $5 for that stream. $5. Okay. So the movement's a lot more, so this can be modified, but they're sticking together. It's a lot slower, which is what I was looking for, and a lot less all over the fucking place, which is nice. So, still room for improvement, but that is much closer to what I wanted. And so that's a good sign. So I'm going to keep reducing until we get to the bare bones of what is actually needed. Because I don't want to break anything that is not necessary, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and try one more time with this. Let's get you thrown down. Blue 4, not 4. We're going to swap places. Let's try a different location. Let's try down here. Not 4 is going to be, how about a much more even spot? Even height. And then we're going to recompile this function. And I think they're getting suppressed, which is why they're hitting the ground. See you, Sully. Thank you, man. I appreciate seeing you around. When you drop your only... I will do when you drop your OnlyFans account. Oh, OnlyFans account. I'm tempted to, you know, it's actually really hard to get an OnlyFans account. Well, comparatively, you have to like verify it's you through other social media platforms, and I'm not active at all in any of those. So, oops, that's the wrong button. Sorry about that. I wonder how many Zeus have done that in a mission. Just lightning struck someone by accident. Hey, did you not hear that? Oh, wait, no, they didn't have Vcom activated on them yet. Oops. How about now? Yep, there we go. Alright, where are you going? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Okay, so they're gonna here and here. Why'd you get off the road? What are you doing on the road? Get off of the road. That's not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be there. Yeah, I definitely gotta improve the seeking cover math here. For sure. Definitely, definitely. You can fine-tune their movement a little bit while they do this. They move up there. Up there. What are you doing? What are you doing over there, mate? Oh my god. Actually, no, that is right. No, that's exactly where I wanted him to be, right there. It's counting roads as cover. Oh! I didn't notice that. Our road's coming up as cover. That's not good. Okay, so that's got to be fixed. Roads are not cover. Yeah, behind concealment. You actually looked up getting an OnlyFans. No, I read an article on it though. I've disabled Vcom settings, still writing at mission start. Someone in Vcom Steam Workshop reported the same problem. You can check the easiest. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to double check on that. See ya, Bravo. Yeah, I'll have to double check that bug. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go here soon myself anyway. Let's see if we can figure out how these guys move. And they haven't engaged them at all yet, which is cool. Yeah, because I can't see them. But what happens if I move these guys right here? Oh, they don't even know. Oh, there they go. Wake up. There we go. So they're unaware. Yeah. So there they go. Concealment's better than... No concealment. What are they doing now? What? Where is this going? What's Blue 4 doing? Wow, Alpha 4 is just destroying him. Okay. I can hold to stay in the same spot. Yeah, because they're so close. So this is going to need some adjustment, I think. Definitely. Because yeah, they're just staying in the same spot. Because they're so close to each other, they don't want to move any closer. They're just playing it safe. No, you move first, man. No, you move first. We're just going to sit here in this little alley. Where the fuck's this guy going? Over here. Oh, we got a rogue auto rifleman. Yep. Nope, he found his spot. You can't see them though. And I have to make them look at the last spot the enemy were too to make it look better. Okay, so this is much better. I'm happy for that, and I was able to. So I think the trick was what Tyler said as well, was we need to set the beginning the AI to be on. Once they start moving, let me get rid of this. Once they start moving, to make them, disable the auto combat, unfortunately. And even that one I'm not sure about. I might test that one later. Anyway. Yeah, we set the combat behavior to safe, combat mode to blue. And we use combat behavior as well for the whole squad. No, that's for the unit. Oh yeah, we do up here. Yeah, we set behavior and set combat mode up here. I don't think we need to set behavior up here though. Yeah, because they're unaware. But anyways, combat mode up here to blue, so it goes over the entire squad, and they need to stop using roads as cover. Listen, my friend. Company heroes would call it negative cover. The road. Yeah, that's right. They love the road, though. Look at it. That's so nice. Look at it. And then obviously, even when they get close, they need to start moving. Otherwise, they're just they've engaged in an epic staring contest, and no one's gonna move. Come here, good night. You can't stop the stream until you try that BRC mode, bro. I wish. I'm feeling sick. I probably need to get off now. But this is a huge improvement. So this let me know that this can be done. I'm going to, I don't know about tomorrow, but this week or weekend I'm going to try to refine this and get this much better and work out all these little bugs. Starting with, yeah, the movement for sure. The cover, probably. Make sure we stop catching roads. I think we're catching that here. Alright. Everyone, thanks for watching. I appreciate the chatting. Can you make AI to react in-game chat? Like they can hear you talking over the radio? Yeah? I think there's a way to catch that. Is there? Let's see. Let's see. Is there a event handler for talking or something? There's an event handler, oops, for talking. Yeah, well, thank you. Have a nice day. Let me just see. Yeah, I think there is a way to do that, where if you're talking, the AI can hear you. But that might be like an optional feature kind of thing. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go rest. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, the screwed software. Alright, bye.